Hey y'all, Fiber Tardy here. This is Crystal. We're here gonna start a new vlog for week 2 of Garbaugust. Yeah, we're already into week 2. And so this week's themed weeks were paperbacks from hell and or vintage smut. I am gonna try to hit both of those again this week like I did for week 1. But you know, we'll see, because I'm also having to readjust what I can actually get to. I had so many things on my TBR, but I ain't got that much time. You know what I'm saying? So I've narrowed down the pile. Let's just see. So I did start Fear by Ronald Kelly though already. I went ahead and just picked up the audiobook on Audible because I just needed the help. This was a pretty big book and I really want to read it. And yeah, it's like this edition's like 475 pages. So, and this is also one of the book picks for Kelsey over at Slimy Splashers, her Midnight Book Society book pick for the month too. So this is the reprint, but this was, you know, I think first released as an old zebra paperback, way back when. Let me see when the, does it have it on here? 1994. And yeah, so this reprint looks like it's from 2016. And I think this version even also you can't get anymore, but anyway, so I ordered this from old Ronald himself. And when you order right from him, he will send these to you with some really awesome drawings, because he's also a really good artist. That's his name. We'll personalize it for you. Ronald Kelly is awesome. He's really just a good old guy. Honestly, I really like him a lot. He's yeah, he's old school horror, but he still writes today and still writes really good stuff. So enough kind of gushing over Ronald Kelly. But anyway, so this is set in 1946, a sleepy Tennessee town. A young farm boy coming of age and a creature of unspeakable horror. So 10-year-old Jeb Sweeney has troubles aplenty. A sick grandmother, shell-shocked father with the mind of a child, and a terrifying creature that had appeared from nowhere, wreaking havoc in the darkness of night. At first, it had devoured only farm animals, but now it has turned to sinister cravings upon human fare. Children began to disappear and spirited away to a hidden cave, including Jeb's best friend, Mandy. They call him his best friend, but it's really his first little crush. It's so cute. Jeb's only hope to defeat the evil critter is to journey into the dark heart of the monster's origin, a hellish province known as Fear County, a place of shadow and depravity, filled with horrors so diverse and unimaginable that it boggles the mind and burdens the soul. Together, Jeb, his father Sam, the traveling bluesman Roscoe Ledbetter, and Jeb's old blue tick hound Buckshot would cross the border to balance evil and madness in search of the fabled granny woman and the hope of a magic conjured of goodness and light. And yeah, this is what this story is, but of course, it's so much more. I've really got maybe just about an hour and a half left of the audiobook. I'm really enjoying this a whole heck of a lot. I heard nothing but good things about this book, so I was really excited to finally read it. I'd wanted to read it last summer, didn't ever get to it, so yeah, I'm really loving this so far. I really am. So we'll come back when you know, I've finished it, but really loving this so far. So that's definitely gonna check off my paperbacks from hell. Just the fact that it was originally a zebra horror book, right? For my vintage smut, I really want to try to get to this Easy Company book. So this is Easy Company and the Headline Hunter. This is John Wesley Howard. This is Cowboy Trash, and it's a really slim thing. So I'm gonna dig into this first, just for my physical books. I'm gonna start this tonight and just kind of see what I can get into for that one. So really, yeah, hoping I can finish that one. And then I've got 2 John Ferris books that I had on my list. This one was a possible buddy read with Alex over at the Bookubus, aka the Boobanus. But it's 1,000,000 pages. Yeah, I don't know really about this one, but I really do want to read it. It sounds like a satanic kind of thing. And this one is a bit shorter. It's also a book club pick for, you know, Kelsey's book club. But it, you know, like I said, it's on the shorter side. So, but it still is a slight chunky. It's, you know, it's about 350 pages. So it's not nothing to snuff at, you know. I mean, they both sound great. I don't know what I'm gonna get. I don't know if I'll get to either of them. The way my reading has been this month already, just my time for physical reading has just been blah. I did also check out a audiobook from the library. I checked out a Jackie Collins book. I don't remember the name of it now. I just picked one that was available now, and that wasn't an abridged version. There were several abridged versions of Jackie Collins. Like, I want the full thing. So I'll start that when I finish the audiobook for Fear. So that'll give me some vintage smut too. Can't beat Jackie Collins, right? And of course, Jackie Collins is a square on the Garbaugust board. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for the week. You know, I don't know what all I'm going to get into. It's just one of those weeks we're going to be packing and getting ready for leaving on vacation. Coming up, you know, the following, you know, next week, or we're leaving on Saturday. So, you know, just things to do for that too. So it's just going to be kind of one of those busy weeks, you know. And yeah. So I will check in when I got something to check in with. And yeah, welcome to week 2 of Garbaugust.
Fear, written by Ronald Kelly, narrated by J. Rodney Turner.
Let's quickly talk about my Ed Wood story of the day, Witches of the Amal Ra. Amal Ra, I'm not sure. This one was published in 1972 in the Jumble Book of in Horror Sex Tales. Anyway, this is about this little, you know, sort of fledgling witch named Karen, who is like Halloween night, which is like the big night for witches, and she has decided that she is just ready to like give herself over to, you know, basically Amal-Ra, who is this, I don't know, devil, I don't know. And so it's the night, and she tricks the one lady who's supposed to be going to, you know, have sex with the devil tonight, and kills her so she could go in her place. And so she gets there to the lair of Amal-Ra. It is not the devil, it is something else, and that's all I'm gonna say. Okay. These kind of later stories in here have been definitely more sexual in nature, so been kind of interesting. Alrighty, hey y'all, it is Wednesday evening. I've just got back home from work. So before I start doing my evening stuff, let's have a little check-in because I did finish Fear today by Ronald Kelly. I really liked this. I really love this a lot. I thought this was really excellent. So yeah, this, let's talk a little bit about it. So it's set through the 1940s, and our main character is this young kid. He's 10-year-old. His name is Jeb Sweeney. I just love Jeb. I love him so much. He's a wonderful character. They live in this sort of small town in Tennessee, you know, rural area, mountain kind of area, and well, I don't know if it was mountains, but rural area. And he lives with his grandmother and his father. His mother kind of up and left one day, and so it's just them, and they kind of live outside of this little town on a farm, and you know, trying to make ends meet. Again, it's 1940. What was the year? 1946. So yeah. Now Jeb's father, Sam, has just recently returned from the war, of course, World War II, and he got really injured there. What we would call today probably like traumatic brain injury. Back then they called it shell shock. You remember? And so he's definitely has some brain injury, and he is not he's not functioning well. He's lost a lot of his memory. He doesn't remember that Jeb's his son. I mean, it's sad. It's really sad. But he's, so Jeb really has had this take care of him in a way, he does, he's able to help out around the farm and stuff, but yeah, he doesn't have a lot of memory, and he has, just trouble, just trouble sort of intellectually with things these days, And then the grandmother, bless her heart, she's trying to keep it all together, right? And then lo and behold, okay, I won't spoil this, so never mind. But anyway, yeah, so right at the beginning, sort of, I don't know, maybe even, well, at least the first third, we're really getting into the nitty-gritty of this story and these characters, learning about Jeb and Sam and the grandmother, and like the little cast of characters of there's a little small town sheriff, there's a little girl that he's got a crush on from school that Jeb has a crush on, there's a gang of bullies, of course, because of course, the guy that cuts his hair. I mean, just a little cast of characters of this little small southern town. So, and it just really this place just really comes to life. It really does. And pretty soon, though, things are starting to happen around here. At first, it starts off with animals being basically slaughtered and, sort of eaten and everything. And it's some kind of creature. Like, it is a snake-like creature, snake dog-like creature. And yes, like I said, first it starts with animals. It even takes Jeb prize-winning hog. I mean, and then some kids start to go missing. Yeah, and so of course, because our main character is a little kid, and he kind of has figured out some things. He tries to tell some adults about some stuff, and of course they don't believe him, of course. And so Jeb and his dad and his blue tick hound and a man named Roscoe, who is an older black man who's kind of a wanderer. He goes, from town to town singing music and things like that to kind of make some money, and he kind of gets wound up in this journey, this quest to find a way to defeat this creature, which entails them going over to Fear County. Now, Fear County is the neighboring county, but is not like the county they're living in now. It is known for being dangerous and dark and spooky. So yeah, the sort of latter part of the book turns into like a little quest, and yeah, it's just wonderful. It really is. All of these the characters, oh my gosh, the characters are amazing. Again, like, I just love Jeb, I love Sam, I love Roscoe, I love everybody, and yeah, this place just really, you get a sense of the place too. The kudzu vines, the honeysuckle, you can smell the honeysuckle in the air, and the chicken frying, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot more going on in here, but yeah, that's kind of the gist of the story, and it's just fantastic. It's wonderful. It is really wonderful. I will say there is quite a lot of use of the N-word in here, really, because it's set in 1946, so it makes sense. And also it was written way back in the 90s too, which, for someone to use the N-word, wasn't uncommon, right? I'm sorry, I'm trying to adjust myself. But not even just the slur N-word, but like using the word Negro to describe, Roscoe too, which in 1946 was definitely very common, especially in a small town in Tennessee, right? But anyway, so I just know that that's in here, I think. I would say it definitely bogged it down a little bit for me, because it kind of permeates the book, because Roscoe is a pretty main character of our story. Like I said, this older black man character, but But yeah, so just know that's in there. There was one use of the R word in reference to Sam, of course. There, I don't. I'm gonna put this in the comments as a content warning because it's a spoilerish, but I'm just gonna put it in the description if you're interested in a content warning, because it was pretty traumatic for me. Oh, it was so sad. Anyway, but yeah, I loved it. I really did, and I did end up just getting the audiobook for it. The narrator was fantastic. A really wonderful Southern accent without being too stereotypical and hokey sounding. Like he sounded like he's from Tennessee, you know, and he sounded really good. And yeah, I really enjoyed the heck out of this book. So that's a win for my first book finished for week 2 of Garbaugust. Last night I made a very small start on Easy Company book. Easy Company and the Headline Hunter by John Wesley Howard. This is Cowboy Trash. I made just page 16. I didn't make it very far at all. That's okay. I just started it. This will be for my vintage smut. And it's funny where we're out this outpost. It's this kind of group of soldiers, I guess the Easy Company, I don't know. They were at outpost number 9, and out on the high plains, following the Battle of Bighorn. So what's that, Wyoming area? Was that Wyoming? Ooh, I don't know my U.S. history. Out yonder somewhere, but anyway. So just this one little kind of outpost where they're keeping track of the horse. They're trying to track down this like rogue Indian guy who's just out scalping people. Supposedly the cook, the army guy who's like the cook now, supposedly he's not cooking very well lately, and they think because he just needs to get laid. I mean, so that's, pretty typical, right? But I think this is just gonna be a heck of a lot of fun. I'm not going into this thinking I'm gonna be blown away, but I think it's gonna be fun. So there's that. I did try to start a new audiobook today for a Jackie Collins book. I don't even remember the name of it. I didn't get past chapter 1. It was bad, and I'm not going to subject myself to it. I was trying to do some Jackie Collins for the Garbingo board and the vintage smut and everything, but it is not good. It was bad. It was really bad. So I just I can't do it. I can't do it. And then at work, I started another audio. I didn't get very far because I only have about a half hour left of my day, but I picked up Nelfs by Sidney Sheldon. Yeah, this is about the killer kind of, I don't know if they're killers, but Smurf-like creatures. Nelfs are part gnomes and part elves. And I think they're gonna start causing havoc with this little girl and her mom. So I'm looking forward to it. I've heard such good things from Kelsey, and yeah, so I'm excited to read it. What else? Oh, I read chapter 1 of Rattus New Yorkus by Hunter Shea at work today. Just got the ebook for that one. This is about killer rats. So it'll fill the killer animal prompt. And I really, even though it's not a vintage, paperback from hell, I think any kind of killer animal book definitely has more old school horror vibes, you know what I mean? So I think it'll fit right into this week pretty comfortably. And this is also the Patreon pick for Criminali's Patreon book club. So it's a nice short little novella. I think it's gonna be fun. Killer rats in New York City. It's gonna be fun. What else? That's it for now. So tonight I'm going to dig back into this and of course read my Ed Wood story of the day. I did want to show you, I got some Garbaugust stickers. We do have the stickers, and I think there's a magnet that was set up. So I got a little sheet of little ones, and I can just kind of add on envelopes and stuff. And I got one big one. I don't know where I'm gonna put it yet, but I got one big one too that I'm gonna stick on something. A little cute little Garbaugust logo that Kelsey's designed up for us this year. So yay, got those in. And that's it. I'm not sure what dinner's gonna be tonight. What's for dinner? I don't know. I'll check in later.
Look of concern. Poor little one. He extended his hand, one finger outstretched, to caress her cheek. Not your fault you were born of a whore. but your blood is tainted. Your mother is a slut. Mommy isn't bad. If only you knew. He caressed her cheek and then suddenly grabbed a handful of her hair, jerking her head sideways. Maybe we should cut her into little...
Well, okay. Should we check in? Let's do. It's Friday now. I just got home from work. So the weekend is here. And I'm excited because, of course, we are leaving for vacation tomorrow. Woo, we're heading out to Colorado for the week. I'm so excited. I can't. One, I just want the break. And two, we haven't really traveled like this, like on a plane and stuff since my son was born. So it'll be my son's first time getting on a plane. So I'm a little nervous, but I think he'll do okay. First time as a family, not that we don't take vacations, but we usually just stick somewhere where we can drive to, just our first time, like really getting away for a family trip. So I'm excited with a little bit of nervous. I think it's gonna be fun. So anyway, what's happened? What's going on here? I finished something. What did I finish reading? Nelfs. I read Nelfs by Sydney Sheldon, and this was a ton of fun. It was so much fun, and I'm so glad that I read this. And actually, I did the audiobook. The audiobook's really funny because the audiobook's funny. Anyways, let's talk about what this one's about. So this one I've been put on my radar, of course, by Kelsey from over at Slimy Splashers, and a couple other people had read it too. And Kelsey was like, "Oh my gosh, just bonkers fun, crazy," and yeah, it's just plain fun. So this is an older book. I think it came out in like the 90s. But it's been reprinted. You can get an ebook. I do have an ebook copy. But I ended up just getting the audio for it too because my physical reading these past couple of weeks has just not been there. So I just picked it up on audio and listened to it at work. That just seems where I just have the time to do stuff. And anyway, so this one is about this little girl and her mom. So the little girl's like 5 years old and her parents are divorced. So she lives with her mom. This takes place in Louisiana somewhere. And and the Nelfs are like all the rage. So like, the cartoons and all the toys and everything. And Nelfs are like this kind of cross between gnomes and elves. So they're these little guys that have magic and getting adventures out of that. I'm supposing, they're green and it's pretty soon right there, right towards the beginning of the book. This little girl, Heaven is her name. Don't get me started. She starts having these nightmares about these Nelfs, and maybe it's more than nightmares, basically. So the Nelfs, they cross realms. There's like, I don't know, like dark magic. There's like historical lore. Demonology. I don't know. There's a lot going on in this book that I just was like, oh, we're going in this direction? Okay, take me along for the ride because I'm just having fun. So it is a ton of fun. The little Nelfs, they're like sons of bitches. They're like, curse and swear and like, and yeah, they get violent. They kill people. I mean, it gets pretty brutal. Yeah, this was just plain fun. Absolutely fits the theme for Paperbacks from Hell, vintage horror books, because it is just plain fun. Yeah, highly recommend it. Tons of fun. What a rip-roaring good time. So yeah, I've made pretty good progress in my Easy Company book. I'm on my smutty western, about halfway now. I'm enjoying it. The circus has come to Outpost number 9. And all the soldiers are excited about that because there's a few women on board the circus wagon train. So I'm curious. I'm very curious what's going to happen next. I'm just having a good time with that. Alrighty guys, I'm going to do a final little check-in and then wrap up this vlog, I think. Start a new one. Yeah, we are starting our vacation now. We are in Colorado. We're gonna be here for just about a week, so I'm excited. We've had a good first day. We're in our hotel room right now. But yesterday, I did finish this Easy Company book, Easy Company and the Headline Hunter by my kiddo, by John Wesley Howard. I had a really good time with this one. This was a lot of fun. Cowboy trash. I think it definitely fits in the vintage smut week also, but as it's a Western type of book, it definitely has that men's adventure vibe too. But yeah, this was just a lot of fun. So this is book 10 of a series. I looked it up and there's like 30 something in the series. And basically we're following this military outpost out in like Wyoming area. They're the Easy Company, and so there's different ranks of soldiers that are there doing their thing, and they're trying to find. They've got a couple things going on. So there's this, of course, like crazy Indian that they're tracing because he's like killing and scalping people all everywhere, of course, this one is called the Headline Hunter. So this one, a newspaper man from New York City comes out there to try to write a story about what's going on out in the West and the Indian Wars and all that. And so he's looking for a salacious story to tell. He's looking for the truth, right? So there's this guy they're dealing with. And then a circus comes to town because why not? Why not have a circus come to town? So the circus wagon rolls in with all their circus acts, and they're looking for just a kind of place to kind of lay over a few days, get some water or supplies, all that kind of good stuff. And so they set up the circus, and all the guys from the Easy Company, check it out, play the games and do the shows and hook up with some of the sexy women of the circus. You know how that goes. So it had a lot going on, but it was just a lot of fun. It was just fun. It's just a fun story. I had a really good time with it. Like I said, it definitely fits for vintage smut. There are a few pretty sexy things in here, and they were actually pretty well, I thought, really well written from somebody's perspective. You know what I mean? Sometimes you never know what you're gonna get, but they were quite saucy and really well done. I really liked a lot of the characters in here. Yeah, I would, if I found more Easy Company books out in the wild, I would definitely pick them up and read them because they are just fun. So yeah, this was a hit for me. I just enjoyed the heck out of it. So yeah, then I'm currently reading, I'm just about almost done really with what's it called? Rattus New Yorkus by Hunter Shea, the animal attack book, Killer Rats in New York City. I'm just having fun with that one too. It's nothing mind-blowing or anything, but it's just fun. I don't know if I don't guess I'll finish it in this vlog, but basically the rats of New York are given this special kind of pesticide that was invented by this doctor guy. But it has turned the rats a bit violent, and so yeah, they're like attacking people and all kinds of stuff. It's a rat story. It's fun. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it here and wrap up this vlog right here since I'm kind of at a good stopping point. And yeah, so next week we're running into, our themes are what? I forget. Books by celebrities or novelizations. Yeah. So I did bring some novelization with me. Yeah, anyway, so we're just been doing vacation stuff this coming up week. So I'll share some of that with you in my next week's vlog. But yeah, so thanks for watching. That's gonna do it for me in this one. And yeah, let me know what you've been reading, if you kept up with this week's Paperbacks from Hell. And sorry, my kid in the background, if you can't hear me well, I'm sorry. I also forgot my microphone at home. So so Paperbacks from Hell or Vintage Smut, let me know what you got into. I'd like to know. Or anything else trashy that you've been reading, let me know. I want to know what you've been reading and enjoy them. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your time as always. Bye. Just kidding. Just kidding. I forgot. I wanted to do a giveaway for this vlog, so I'm just gonna put it here. I don't know. I don't know. I'll stick it somewhere within the video, but I'm filming it right now at the end of what I'm recording and everything. Anywho, so my kid's in the background. I'm sorry. I'm in a hotel room. I can't go anywhere else but here. Okay. So since this week's was dealing with paperbacks from hell and vintage smut, I'm going to focus on the paperbacks from hell because I actually have 2 copies of paperbacks from hell by Gertie Hendricks. So I'd love to give one of those away. So if you would like, Baxter, hush. If you would like a copy of paperbacks from hell, please, somewhere in the comment, write, you know, I want paperbacks from hell or something like that. I will have to limit it to US only because it's a big book and shipping is crazy elsewhere. My apologies, I'm so sorry. But yes, if you like a copy, it's a wonderful book. It's a really good book. Yeah, I just ended up with 2 copies because I went to go see Gertie Hendricks last year do a paperbacks from hell kind of, you know, speaking talk that he does. But I had to like buy a book as part of the ticket, so I ended up with 2 copies. So anyway, all that to say, I have 2 copies. So if you like one, you don't have this book yet, I will be happy to send it your way. Again, just live in the U.S. Please be 18 or older and be willing to, you know, give me your address and all that good stuff. You know, I'd really like for you to be a subscriber. That would be really nice. But yeah, just put in the comments somewhere like, you know, I want paperbacks from hell or whatever. Like, try not to mention giveaway because sometimes that gets weird people in the books, in the chats. But I would love a copy of paperbacks from hell or something like that. You know what I mean? Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. So I'll let this go for probably maybe to the end of Garbaugust. Give people time to watch the videos. I know people, if you're like me, I'm always behind on videos. So I'll pull the winner maybe on like September 1st or something like that. So yeah, just if you'd like to win, again, US only, 18 or older, must be willing to give me your shipping address so I can mail it to you. Okay? All right.